All right, so as you can see, Hazard is here opening it up, saying markets are all over the place. I'm going to be honest with you. They kind of are, but this is the golden compass, right? I've got the golden compass in this video. I'm going to show you why I think gold and silver are primed to pump, okay? I'm going to show you why I think that the stock markets, the S&P, the NASDAQ are primed to dump. And same thing with Bitcoin. I'm going to show you exactly where I see these things kind of leveling out and then pushing up, because let's be real, we're not bearish on Bitcoin short term and the crypto market short term. We are bearish short term. On the long term front, mid to long term, we're much more bullish on the crypto markets than we are on, say, the stock market, right? Same thing with gold and silver. We just want to see a nice retracement and then a nice push up on gold, $5,000. On silver, 71 to 74 before we break through some real resistance and start getting back up into the 80s, man. Bitcoin, same exact thing. We pushed up to 81. We're looking for a retrace, 74 to 72.5. Push it up into the 80s, man, and then clear that. 85, we're going into the 90s. S&P and NASDAQ honestly have about 5% downside here. NVIDIA earnings yesterday, I actually called those earnings on Benjamin Poole's channel to the exact T, okay? I said, look, this is where we're going to see support. If we hold that level, we're going to push up by about 6% once we break this level. That's exactly what happened. I'll show it to you on the charts. Absolutely insane. So not only are we going to talk about gold, silver, Bitcoin, NASDAQ, S&P, or NASDAQ and S&P like we normally do, but we're also going to take any requests that you have. So if you have a particular asset that you want to see me do TA on, seriously, I cannot stress this enough. Drop those requests in the chat right now, because we will get dozens. There's only 17, 18 people across all platforms on this stream right now. Take advantage of that, because at the end of this stream, there will probably be 50, 60 people on it that are all going to be requesting some type of asset for me to look at. And you want to get your requests in really quickly. So do like Hazard is doing right now and start putting your requests in the chat, and we will get to them as soon as we get through all the major markets that we're about to do TA on right now. Now, the good news is that I am the golden guide. Okay, I am the golden guide in the market, and I have built you a golden guide in the market, which is the indicators. I have entirely automated the institutional footprint of any market, every market, okay? And actually, I'm going to show you this because I think this is something that a lot of people don't understand. So this is the indicators. This is what you're going to see when you go to the indicators website. This is what you get. It works on all assets and time frames. You're getting 4 indicators: order blocks, alpha structure, which is market structure, naked VWAP suite, naked POC suite. You're getting 8 time frames worth of order blocks and fair value gaps automatically plotted on your chart anytime that you want, including breaker blocks, which are really hard to detect. You're getting 10 time frames of market structure, whether it's regular market structure like I do or ICT structure. You can choose ICT market structure and it will plot it for you. You also have swing failure pattern, which is liquidity grabs and fake out detection. And it shows you that on your charts. All it is, nice little triangle. Then you've got your trend status box that has every trend on every single one of those time frames, all put in one little place right up here in the upper right-hand corner of your chart. And you'll see that here in just a second. Naked VWAP suite, institutional levels, man, naked VWAPs, and same thing with naked POCs, institutional levels that no one else, and I cannot stress this enough, no one else offers this, period. No one else offers this in the market. Nobody has naked levels. Anyone, go look. Lux Algo, Chart Prime, Flux Charts, Zyerman, none of them. It's only Alpha Intelligence. Dude, it is a hack in the game. It is an absolute cheat code having these things on your screen. Okay, again, works on every chart, works on every asset, every time frame, works for every trading strategy, works for every trader type. That means if you trade volume, it works on that. If you're a day trader, it works. If you're an investor, it works. If you're a scalper, it works. It works 24/7, 365. What you're getting: clear entry, exit, and stops, proprietary strategies, full trainings, full tutorials, full system training, and fully automated for you 24/7 support. I'll show you what I mean by the trainings It's right here, baby. You've got literally the strategies. The second that you come in and subscribe to the indicators, and again, you can subscribe to these things and try them out for a week for $7, dude. Come in, try them for $7. You're literally going to get all of my proprietary strategies. I'm about to add 3 more, by the way. 3 more in just a couple of days, okay? Then what you're also going to get is this right here. You're going to get these. Give me 1 second. Boom, boom. This right here. You're going to get this. This is a training on every indicator, order blocks, alpha structure, naked VWAP, and naked POCs, showing you exactly what they mean, exactly what they tell you, and everything that you need to know. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that kind of lets you know what's going on. But yeah, do what Hazard is saying. The baby needs food. Feed it subscribers. Feed it subscribers, man. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. Even if you don't use the indicators, perfectly fine. I don't, that's fine. Not everybody has to use the indicators. I totally get it. Subscribe to the channel. Just give me a like. That's all I ever really ask. And if you want to use the indicators, dude, have at it. Like, they're there for you anytime that you want. Yeah, get on Discord and share your strategy. Hazard actually just shared his strategy the other day. You can get into the Discord for free, by the way. It's in the link in the comments section, or not in the comments section, sorry, the description section. Let's talk about gold though, right? I think gold's about to bottom out here. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think this is probably going to be the bottom on gold from about $4,500 to about $4,600. I think we're coming down here and we're going to catch our bounce. I think we're going to do pretty much the exact same thing on silver. I'm going to show you why, okay? Because ultimately, we have a pretty decent level of support right here. I'm just going to be real with you. On gold, we have decent support, okay? There's 11,000 contracts that are trading here. I mean, this is like 20 million in volume. Most likely 10,700. This is gold. Sorry. Yeah, about 200 million in contract volume right here where you're going to hold up. Okay, so, and I'll tell you what I'm looking for. These are in a downtrend, okay? Like gold is in an uptrend on all of the like larger term time frame charts. So in order for us to stay in that uptrend on the mid and the long-term time frames, we just have to uphold $4,506. That's literally it, okay? The 1 hour down to the 5 minute are in downtrends right now. So what I'm looking for my reversal signal. What does my reversal signal look like? Well, I'll show you. First off, it's actually one of these strategies right here. Catch reversals right here. And actually, it's probably this one, our best strategy. That's what I'm really looking for. What I'm ultimately looking for, I want to see this triangle come inside of this box right here. So you see the triangle. I want to see that triangle. We want to come down here, see the triangle come inside of the box, and then we get our push up. But how do I know that that's going to happen? Well, that's where I use a free indicator called RSI. So as you can see on these, the reason why we didn't reverse and just start taking out the highs is it's very simple. Okay. And I teach you all of this inside of these trainings right here. Okay. So just know that you're getting trained on this as soon as you come in. Why didn't we reverse here and go up? Well, it's because these weren't reversal signals. Okay. A reversal signal is getting those triangles with an opposing divergence. The divergence hasn't happened, but guess what? The divergence is starting to happen from this low. You can see RSI is starting to trend up higher lows now. So what I want to see on this one, if we can get one more push down to $4,600, get that nice triangle right there, right here inside of the box, and get that bullish divergence, keep RSI trending up, gold's going to reverse. That's what it is. Gold is going to reverse, and it's going to come up here, and it's going to start taking out these highs, 47.50, and then I'm going to show you where it's going to go from there. Check this out. You get up above 47.50, which is right here. Dude, my friends, you are coming to $5,000 to $5,100. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I cannot stress this enough. Men, women, dudes, dudettes, homies and homettes, dogs, cats, chickens, ducks, non-binary people alike. I don't care if you identify as a friggin' pebble on a beach, right? I'm telling you, this is what will happen if we get that reversal signal. I know this because I've seen it happen so many friggin' times. You want to see the opposing? You want to see the opposite of that happen? I'll show you. Let me get this off of the chart. So you know your support is 45.06. You know your target is $5,000 to $5,100, right? Watch this. Let's get RSI up here. Excuse me. We're going to zoom in and let the indicators kind of zoom in, but I'll show you. See how RSI peaks are trending down while those peaks are trending up? Watch this. If I go to, so we know we have the opposing divergence. We have all of the SFPs coming in, the triangles that are pointing down saying, hey, you should be shorting here because we're reversing and we're probably going to come back for these lows and probably to this order block set right here. Let me show you something. You can actually see the old order blocks that got mitigated. These are the order blocks that just got mitigated right here. You can see it from here down to here. You mitigated that order block and then boom, you wicked through it, rejected, and started moving down. This is how I know when the market is likely to reverse, okay? The same exact thing is happening on silver, right? Why did we take this trade? We gave this trade out in advance, by the way. We gave this trade out in advance. Why did we take this trade? Lows are getting lower on price. Lows are getting higher on RSI. Textbook divergence. Again, it's this one right here. Bang. You literally come into the dashboard day one and you're trained on this, right? You don't even have to watch my YouTube videos if you don't want to. Just watch the videos that are inside of the dashboard. And then guess what? You also hit the naked VWAP right here, bounced. Hit the naked VWAP here, bounced. Hit the naked VWAP here, bounced. And guess what you're doing right now? You're bouncing. I think this is the reversal point for silver. $67. We've been calling this out for a very, very long time. $67 is the reversal point for silver. And I said, look, so long as we stay up above 66.50, we're probably good on silver. We're probably going to start pushing up here. We might get a entry down to this level. Okay. And you might get another nice little swing failure right there. Get your little triangle right here pointing up. You get the bullish divergence, right? Coming in right at this naked weekly VWAP level at 66.50. My friends, that's probably going to be the reversal point that coincides with the reversal point on gold being right here to right here, right? Somewhere in through here. I would like to see this get upheld though, right? So that could be the thing that pushes silver to 66.50 and then moves it up. $71, right? $71 or about $70.50 to $71.50 is where you're going. Once you break through that, you're coming up here to about $73. And then past that, I'll show you where we're going. Because it gets pretty nuts. Like silver's got a lot of resistance up here. I'm just going to be honest with you. But once you get through that $73.40 range, you're coming up to almost $77 immediately, right? Almost 77 bucks. And then your next resistance, 79, next resistance, and probably $80 to $81. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing on silver. Let me know if you think that's helpful. Let's talk about Bitcoin, because in my opinion, Bitcoin is, it's not looking like super duper hot. Why did we not take this trade as a reversal right here? Well, I'll show you why. Even though it would have played out, I get it. Sometimes these play out, but we stick to our plan because 70% of the time this trade will not play out. This was just one of those 30% times that it actually indeed did play out. So it is what it is. Now you've got your RSI is moving down at the same time that your price peaks are moving down. That's why we didn't take that trade. Okay, period. That's why we didn't take that trade. But we did take the shorts back here. My guess is what's probably going to happen is you're going to come up here and get a nice little triangle inside of one of these order block sets, either this one or this one, and you're going to start rolling over and you're coming down here to about 74,000 to 72.5. Okay, that's just what I see as potentially happening on Bitcoin. Okay, if you want me to go further in depth with it, I can, but I've done a lot of analysis on Bitcoin lately, and most things are pointing to you've got resistance up to $84,000, $85,000, and what it's pointing to is you're going to come back down here to $74,000 at some point. There's two ways that can happen. Either one, you just reverse now and come back down to 74 to 72.5, and then you work your way back up to the 84 to $85,000 range, or you come right back up here to about 82 and you reject, and maybe you get through to 84, 85, and then you come back down here and then you make your next move up. Because once you get through 84 here, your next resistance, it's a long ways away. I'm going to be honest with you. We got to go to the 4-hour chart because we have to zoom so far out to find this resistance. Okay. So let me show you. So here's 84, right? Call it 85. Once you get through 85, your next resistance isn't until the 90s. You're going up to about $90,000 after you clear 85 on Bitcoin. That's going to push alts like crazy, crazy, crazy huge. It's going to be massive pumps, in my opinion. And like I said, I've been doing this for a really long time, and I built the indicators to show me when those reversals are coming in. And by understanding what I'm looking at, like, and interpreting the data, which you can interpret it in the exact same way that I do, because I train you on how to do that as soon as you subscribe to the indicators. It almost pinpoint accuracy, like, predicts these things. So that's all I'm saying. You try it out. You don't even have to try it out. Like, just watch my streams and see how many times is Drew actually wrong as opposed to how many times that he's right. And then make your own inferences and decisions from there, man. I'm not asking you to just believe me. I'm literally going on record every single day live and telling people, like, hey, this is what you're going to see. We set up this trade on the S&P as well. We knew that unless we get up above 77.50, we're going to get a rejection here. And look at exactly where it rejected, man. Like, I can't make this stuff up. This is live. This is in real-time markets. This isn't back testing. This isn't the freaking replay function, dude. You guys can go and watch my stream yesterday and see that this was the level. Before we ever even hit it, this was the level. We gapped straight up to it, rejected immediately. Immediately, okay? Now, you've got about 23,000 worth of contract volume here that's holding you down. What's the most likely scenario? Well, unless you clear 77.50, dude, you're coming down here to $7,700. And I'm going to be honest with you. You might stop here for a second, but if you clear this, dude, you're coming back down for these lows at 76.50. Okay. That's just what it is. Now, if somehow you do clear 77.50, your path up to the all-time highs is paved with very little resistance. You're going to stop at $7,800 and then it's all-time highs. That's where you're going. Now, here's the issue. As soon as you lose 76.30, I'm going to show you where we go. Because it gets really friggin' nasty, dude. It gets really friggin' nasty. You come right down here to about 75.50, and then it's all the way down to $7,300. Watch this. Look at this. Look at how big of a drop that is, right? All the way down to here, and then all the way down to here. That's an insane amount of droppage, okay? So you got to be very, very careful here. Now, let's talk about the NQ, right? Again, textbook setup. Triangle comes inside of the box. Bearish divergence, man. That's literally this strategy right here. That's literally this strategy. Our best strategy, on point. Boom. Comes straight to the lows. Front runs them barely. Nice take profit, man. Nice take profit, okay? And then guess what you can do? Recycle the trade. If you get another time in here, boom. But here's the problem. You break this down, 29,688 or so, 29,700, you're coming up into the 30s. That's just what it is. You're coming up into about $30,000 exactly. Now, if you reject from here and you lose this right here, 29.3, my friends, you're going to break market structure on that 1 hour chart right here. And you're going to shift all of these back to downtrends. And you're probably coming for the 28.7 area. And then watch this. This is where it gets real nasty. Once you lose this level right here, you've got one stop and it's like right here. And then you're coming all the way down here. Watch this. It's insane. This is your stop. But if you lose 28.4, you're coming down to the low 27s. That's on NASDAQ, okay? So you just got to be ready for that. You got to be cognizant of these things. And yeah, dude, that's just what it is. So hopefully that's helpful to people. I honestly think Bitcoin is primed to roll over right now, and you can kind of see why I think that. But I think it's ultimately it's going to pump, right? I would love to see it come back to 74 and then push up to the 85 range, and then further than that to 91. And you can, you know, if you didn't see the Bitcoin analysis, just rewind it and you'll see it. But I also think that the S&P is primed to potentially roll over here. Maybe not at this exact level and at this exact point for the S&P and NASDAQ, but the S&P's got a lot of resistance above it. And the NASDAQ, even if it hits 30K, is very likely to reject there and then head back down to that $29,000 and even $28,500 range. Earnings are helping hold it up right now. But ultimately, I mean, I think silver's bouncing here. I think as long as silver stays above 66.50, we're going about 74. And I think if gold stays above 44.50 or 4,500, we're going to about 5K. Okay. So that kind of gives you the brief synopsis of, what we're looking at. Public service announcement for people. We now have 2.5 dozen people on the stream across all platforms. Most of them are on my YouTube channel. Okay. Here's what I need you to do. Drop any analysis that you want me to do in the comments section. Like, say that there is a particular asset that you would like to see analysis on. Drop it in the comments section. We've already got a bunch of people that have dropped theirs. We've got 40 minutes to do analysis on this stream. So what I would ask of you to do is put me to the test, put my methodology to the test, put my indicators to the test, put my ability to do technical analysis to the test. Give me your assets, man. We know I do gold, silver, Bitcoin, S&P, NASDAQ every day. Give me some other stuff that I don't do, right? Put me to the test, man. I literally, and I can show you, I might do a video on this. I literally predicted the NVIDIA earnings yesterday on Ben Poole's channel. You can go and watch it. I literally predicted them to the exact number, and I'll show it to you on the chart. Absolutely insane. Most people that trade earnings, they're legitimately on stocks. They are legitimately just gambling. I can give you an actual edge. Well, the indicators can give you an actual edge, and I'm going to drop a strategy in the customer dashboard probably today or tomorrow based on it. I can give you an actual edge to understand maybe 60 to 70% accuracy, which way earnings are going to go and how far they're going to move. Let me show you, actually. Because I did this on NVIDIA and I did this on SanDisk, by the way. Okay, I'll show you what I did. And I did this on Ben Poole's channel live. So anybody that is saying that I didn't, you are legitimately and literally smoking crack. Okay, so I called this out. I literally said, look, so long as we uphold about 207 to this naked VWAP right here, 205.75, we're going to push up and we're going to 227. Where did we go? 226.40, 6% pump up. I literally called this live. It was insane. Watch this. Watch this. I'll literally show you the clip. I don't care. Yes, I am too cheap. Literally, that's it. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. I'll show you why I called it like that. Give me 1 second. And I'll show you how you can do this yourself. I'm going to drop a whole video on this. Okay, so there was massive institutional support right here. Okay, massive institutional support. It was 10.6 million in contracts right here. Okay, so I basically knew if we drop to about 207 to 205.76 right here, where there's another 10 million in shares, that we're probably going to pump. And exactly where we're going to pump to is so long as we break this line right here, we're coming up to this order block set. And that's exactly what happened. 6% push up. Absolutely insane. Perfect prediction. Does that not blow your mind? Does that not blow your mind? Okay. Let's even, dude, I mean, like, I don't think I need to go any further in depth than that. Does that make sense? Like, that's pretty crazy, right? Being able to literally predict earnings and tell you exactly where it's going to go. Exactly where it's going to go. It went exactly where we told you it was going to go. Period. Is that not a hack in the game? Let's check out Marvel. Marvel. This chart's already marked up. Hey, man, it's doing exactly what we wanted, right? It's doing exactly what you wanted. Not me, but you. It's upholding the order block right here. Let's zoom in. It's upholding it perfectly. So all we wanted to see, we saw the nice push up. We were hoping that we would get back to the naked daily view up, but all we wanted to see was it hold up this order block and then start moving up. That's exactly what it's doing. Let's see if there's a bearish divergence here. There is. Look at that. Look at that, dude. This is exactly how you get the tops and the bottoms, man. This is exactly how. Boom, you're coming right here for these order blocks, okay? So ultimately, what do you want to do? It's the same stuff, bro. It's the same stuff. You want to uphold this level right here. Call it 22.27, I would say, 22.27. I would like to see you come further down, smack into this order block, move up. You've got resistance right up here. Your first resistance, 262. If you can uphold this level, it's very likely that you're coming up to 262. It might not be immediately like we just saw on the NVIDIA chart where I called those earnings out, but dude, I mean, you're probably going to be heading up to about 262, even 270, almost 269 on Marvel once you get up there. Okay. So, I mean, and this thing, dude, this thing does an epic job of like calling out these tops and bottoms, right? You want to know why you didn't take the trade here, right? Right? Why did you not take the trade here? You had the triangles, but look, RSI is going up at the same time, man. It kept you out of not one, but two bad trades here, right? Pretty insane. Kept you out of another bad trade here, right? Because it just ripped down and then ripped back up. This one is very different, right? This one is very different. Here's your old high. Look at the highs on RSI. I think we're going to be coming down here for about 230. I think they're coming for 230, man. Let's see what the volume is down there. Let's see what the volume is. 1.29 million in contracts. This is about $300 million worth of institutional support from about 239 to 229. And really the institutional support is right here. 231 to 227.50, right? That's Marvel in a nutshell. Markets are all over the place to a certain extent, but we got it. Drew, feed the baby. We need those sweet entries, man. Well, I can tell you one thing. I'll let Ray Shrummer tell you how we do it. We do this every day. SMH is my indicator. It's showing bearish. Yeah, for the semis. Yeah, you're right, dude. Like SMH, yeah, if SMH goes down, like NASDAQ's gonna tank, right? It's gonna get murdered. So let's talk about it. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. Look at what this thing does. You hit the order block, you reject. You hit the order block, you reject. Massive, massive gap down. Absolutely insane. You hit the friggin' fair value gap of the new order blocks that came from the gap down. You reject. You hit it again, you reject, right? It's just that simple, man. I'm going to be honest with you, though, especially with NVIDIA beating. It's probably going to take a little bit to get it down here. You've got support 558. You've got support 545, right? You fall below this, you're probably coming here. You fall below this, it's going to get real friggin' nasty, okay? It's going to get like super nasty. You've got a lot of support here. 570, this is like $250 million worth of support, okay? So you've got decent support here, to be honest with you. This one's pretty decent too. You know, this one's pretty decent. 55,000 in contracts, not a lot here. So your major support level is going to be right here. 558, major support level. Call it 545 to 548, 549, something like that. Got major support here though. Here's the issue. If you lose $540.75 exactly, you're going to be switching all of these into a downtrend. That means the 1 hour through the 1 minute is going to be in a downtrend as soon as you break this. And guess where you're coming? Probably back down to about $500. This is going to be a massive fall. So you really just, dude, I mean, you got to stay above 544. This is your one last ditch effort right here at 541. It's going to get really friggin' nasty on the semis if that doesn't happen. Okay, let's see what else we got. Put me in a game, coach. Put me in a game. Please do Euro USD. That's the first Forex pair we've got. What do you want to do? FXCM maybe? First Forex pair. Legendary. The Goblin Factory. Oh my God. Look how well this works on Forex. Do I need to say more? Let's go ahead. Let's run through it. Let's run through it. Okay, I'm taking everything off of the screen so you can see it all. Order blocks created right here, right? What happened? What had happened? Boom, boom, bounced. Massive, massive bounce from the order blocks, my friends. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. No topping signal here. You knew price was going to keep going. Why? Because you got the triangles right there, which you would think is going to be a topping signal. It's not. Why? Because look at what RSI was doing in the same time frame. It was going up, right? It was going up. So this is just going to give you a short-term pullback. And then guess what happened? You pushed. You came right back to it. Triangle right at the friggin' order block, my friends. Triangle right at the order block. Bullish divvy, long-term bullish divvy. Boom. Blast off, right? Blast off. No topping signals here, right? No topping signals here. RSI still going up. RSI and price still going up, right? Absolutely great, insane. Then created more order blocks. Guess what you did? You came back to them, caught the trending market, massive, massive blast up. Now, once you did get your actual topping signal, which is the order block or the triangle pointing down and the fair value gap, or not the fair value gap, and RSI trending down while the highs were going up, that was your topping signal to then take a short, and guess where your first target is? Your next order block set down, as well as the naked daily VWAP that was right now, right? And where did you come? Where did you come? You tell me. Where did we go to? Did we front run this order block by like 2 friggin' ticks? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I'll show it to you. What was the low on this? 16,365. What's the high on this? 16,086. Wow. You literally front ran this by 5 cents. That's insane. Not even. That's crazy. Look how accurate this stuff is, man. Like 5/10 of a cent, my bad, 5/100 of a cent or something crazy like that. So ultimately, what do you got to do? I mean, you got to get back up above here. Look, nice little triangle inside of the box, our textbook setup. No technical divergence, kind of a weak divergence right here. Price is slightly, or RSI is slightly going higher, right? But nice rejection. So ultimately, what do we need to do? I mean, in order for you to start moving up, you got to be going 116.75, right? And then ultimately, I would say you really need to stay up above right around here, 116.329. Because if you don't, you're coming down to 116 exactly. And then if you lose that, it's 115.6, 115.6 to 115.7 on Euro USD. Okay, let's see what everybody else has got. Dash. All right. Are we talking about DoorDash? I assume you're talking about DoorDash, cuzzy. If you're not, then let me know. But damn. Yeah, I mean, you got to break through this resistance ultimately. Your next real resistance is right here, okay? It's going to be 244 to about 247. Once you get through that, you're coming up to 260 to 270, period. That's just what it is. Now, let's zoom in and let's see where our supports are and where our short-term resistance is. It's probably going to be somewhere right there. Yeah, I mean, you just bounce from support. I mean, look how well this thing holds up. Literally triangles inside of the box, dude. I can't stress this enough, guys. Triangles inside of the box, RSI moving up, right? RSI moving up. Just insane. Like, what do you do? You know, like, what do you do? We train you on exactly how to take this. You would have caught the bottom. You would have caught the absolute bottom, right? Pretty insane. And why didn't you take any of these trades right here? Very simple. Boom. No divergence. RSI trending up. Now, could you have taken one of these? Maybe right here. Maybe right there is the only one that you would have technically taken. Slight bearish divergence in a trend. You would have lost on that trade. You would have lost on that one trade right there, right? You would have lost on that for sure. Okay, but you would have won massively on this one. I want to see us uphold 230. Once you get below 230, you're coming to probably 220, coming for 220, and then it's 213 from there, right? That's what it is on DoorDash. Let me know if you were talking about DoorDash or whatever it is, or if it was Dash, the crypto project. 2 questions. Churchill size cigars. How long did it take you to develop order blocks? Whew, that's kind of a tough question to answer. So yeah, Churchill size cigars. I like Churchills. I also like Toros. Toros are no big deal, right? How long did it take me to develop order blocks? If you mean like the indicator, it probably took me about a month to actually get the indicator to where it was working and doing exactly what you see on the charts now, to where it was automated. But how long did it take me to actually develop my methodology on order blocks and figure out the real calculations and the mathematics behind it and the velocity of the volume as it's coming in, so that I can plot the order blocks properly so that they're accurate and where we get the bounces and the rejections from? Bro, 5 years, probably 5+ years, I would say. Take a look at KC1 exclamation point. All right. KC1 exclamation point. Coffee? Oh. Coffee futures. All right. It's going to work on them. It's going to work on coffee, by the way. It works on everything. It literally works on everything. Okay. So here you go. You can kind of see where we're at. Like, we created the order blocks right here. We pushed up. Came back down, hit the fair value gap of the order block. Guess what you did? Pushed back up. Again, hit the order block again, pushed back up. Now you're hitting the order block again. Probably going to push back up, to be honest with you. Now, where do you know that the trade thesis is invalid? Because right now, if you lose $300 exactly, you're coming to 285. And then after that, you're coming to 265. Okay. So ultimately you got to uphold $300, but you just got your trade. Like if you had the indicators, you would have already, you'd already be in this trade, right? So I got to stress that. First off, you got to push up right here above 322. That's $11 away. Once you push up past that, you've got resistance at about 330. And then after that, you've got resistance at 340. Once you clear 340, you're probably coming for these highs right here. And you're probably coming up to this next set of order blocks at right around 360 to 370. Okay, so you got a lot of upside here on coffee, but what it all hinges upon is can you hold $300.05 exactly, essentially, even call it 297.50. That's what I would be looking for. I would be looking to bring this back up here towards the highs, at the very least, the highs right there, and then even up to the 360 to 370 range. It's wild. The baby needs food. Feed it, subscribers. Get on Discord, share your strategy. Can I check Solana? I absolutely can check Solana. Now remember, Solana is a regulated market now because it has the futures on CME or whatever. We're going to have to zoom out on this one, guys. By the way, the indicators absolutely murder it on Solana. And I'll show you them murdering it on Solana, right? I will show it to you. Let them load. Okay. Let's check out Solana. Okay, so right now, I mean, your next real resistance is going to be up at like 134. There's going to be some small resistances in between here and there. Let me go ahead and show you. Once you get up above 115, yeah, once you get up above about, oh my gosh, please stop. Yeah, unfortunately, like this is so far back that it's hard to do TA on this one. But once you get up above 115, you're probably coming up to about 125. Once you get past that, it's 130. And then 135. But how do you get there, right? How do you get there? That's the question. So let me show you how this works on Solana. So as you can see, Solana tagged into the order block, boom, blasted up, right? Then created another order block here, tagged into it once, boom, blasted up, created another order block here, tagged into it, boom, blasted up, right? Then guess what it did? Created this nice order block here, massive candle, triangle inside of the box, boom, caught the bottom on it, absolutely insane. Great trade on that. And then you had the nice little bearish divergence right up here, right? Prices, highs going up and the highs on RSI going down. Perfect topping signal, right? Brought you right back down pretty close to the 15-minute order block, and then you caught your bounce, right? So ultimately, what do you want to see on Solana? I'll show you. Let the indicators zoom in a little bit. Also, everything apparently froze. There we go. I have no idea what happened there, by the way. Hopefully you guys saw all of that. But ultimately, I would want to stay up above $101. And technically, really, it's just above $100, because if you don't, you're coming down for about 97 and then you're coming to 94. Okay. So if you can get a retrace here, mitigate that, and then you can get a nice little triangle to pop up inside of that box, where these 1 hour lows are, especially if you've got a bullish divergence, right, happening. I mean, that's your best case scenario. And really, you just need to uphold $100 to $101 here. You know, that's what I'd be looking for. I'd be looking for the bounce either here or here, right? Now, the one thing you got to be careful of is that if you break down that 101 level, you're going to be switching all of these charts to a downtrend once you break this level right here. So you got to watch out. So you're going to need to see those like bullish divergences for a reversal. And my guess is if you break down this level right here, you're probably going to be coming back down to about 97 to $100, at least in the short term before you catch a bounce. So really, you want to see this or you want to see this, right? That's really what you want to see. Okay. So you want to see a fake out down there. Let's check out Google. I mean, this one should be pretty simple, honestly. You got massive, massive institutional support here from 334 down to 318. But here's the issue. If you lose 318, you're probably going to flip everything up here monthly and weekly. Maybe not the monthly and the weekly. You're going to keep the downtrend going on the 12-hour, the daily, the 4-hour, right here. So if you lose this level, 318.50, you're coming down to almost $300, probably call it 305, right? But the good news is that you're bouncing right here, right now. And you've got a pretty decent amount of support here, okay? What do I mean by a pretty decent amount of support? 1.4 million shares traded just right here, and then another 700,000 in shares traded right here. I mean, this is a $500 million worth of support. Now, here's the problem. You've got massive resistance here. You really need to clear 344 before I would say you're going to be making any real moves up. Because once you clear 344, you're probably coming to about 350 to 355. And if you can break down this massive, massive institutional resistance, 1.4 million contracts or not contracts, shares worth of short volume happened right here. My guess is you'll be coming up to about 375. So you break down 356, you're coming up to 375. And I would call it 357, okay? If you have time, can I look at Dash? Yep, we did that. Let's take a look at BTC and ETH. Bert. We did BTC. We do it every day. We'll do ETH. You just got to, and it's hot down here, dude. It's like 105 degrees out here. So yes, I'm sweating. Get over it, right? I'm just some dude that stands out on his friggin' back patio in front of his pool. I should probably jump in the pool, to be honest with you. And I stream. And I'm not saying, Bert, that you say anything about this. I'm just telling all the haters. We telling all the haters. We front running them, right? Yes, I live in Florida. Yes, I have a home. Yes, that home has a friggin' pool in the background where I stream. And yes, I want to stand outside and smoke cigars whenever I do my streams. So sue me, right? I'm going to sweat. I'm going to smoke my cigars. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to tell fart jokes. I'm going to do media assets like Donna Goodo.
I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent.
The people that don't have the indicators are the Donna Goodos of the market, by the way. That's my opinion. If you don't have the indicators, you are literally Donna Goodo.
Huh?
Yes, I said what I said. You are legally blind.
I'm legally blind. I can see, barely.
So I like to stand out on my porch. I like to smoke my cigars. I like to stream. I like to show the indicators. And I like to sweat on my streams because it's so hot outside. Okay. We'll look at ETH. Can't hear the clip. Yeah, I don't know how to get friggin' OBS to like share the clip audio or whatever, but just know that whenever I called NVIDIA's earnings perfectly. Let's look at ETH. Bert Dog, my man. Oh my God. This is legitimately and literally so easy. I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but like, this is literally so easy. Triangle inside of a box, dude, pointing the way it wants you to trade, frigging massive friggin' divergence. It's this strategy right here that you get trained on the second you come in and subscribe to the indicators for $7 for 7 days. If you can't make your $7 back, dude, unsubscribe. But it's worth it. It's worth the $59 a month, my friends. Okay, so you already got your trade. I'm just going to be real with you. You got your trade. It's already there. You're already positioned. You're stopping out above here. You're looking to take profits down here. So long as you uphold 2350 on ETH, you're looking good. Once you get below that, you got to uphold 2300. Otherwise, you're probably coming down to about 22 to 2250. Your real support's going to be all the way down here at $1,900, though. I'm going to be honest with you. So ETH's got a lot of potential downside from here. But if you can get through this 2590, I mean, you're honestly coming up to $2,700. Like, that's where you're going immediately. It's going to be almost immediate. You're going to go up there. So my guess, you're probably going to retrace back down here to about 2,400 bucks before you catch any real bounce. You lose that 2375 range. You're probably going to be coming down into about the $2,200 range because you're going to flip everything over here to a downtrend. So you're going to have to look for the reversals. And this was your reversal signal right here. The triangle inside of the box pointing down with the massive divergence, right? The divergence. And you can see it right there, massive divergence. So that's probably your reversal signal. If Bitcoin continues down, that's exactly where ETH is going to, okay? VGK, Vanguard FTS, Europe ETF, TSE, Europe ETF. That was a mouthful. VGS, or no, VGK. Sounds like a gang sign somebody's throwing. VGK, man, VGK, dude. By the way, I'm from Chicago, so like that's why it sounds like that to me. I don't know. I mean, dude, like, let's be real. Good God, do these indicators work well? Straight up went back to the order block, caught the bottom. Straight up went back to the order block, caught the bottom. Straight up went back to the order block, caught the bottom. Straight up went back to the order block, caught the bottom. Straight up went back to the order block, caught the bottom. Straight up went back to the order block, caught the bottom. Right here, boom, boom, caught the bottom. I mean, this thing is absolutely insane. Okay, like, look at how many times you could have entered on this trend, man. All you needed was the indicators. That's it. Also, check this out. Highs going up, triangle comes in, divergence happening, boom, entry. Now you've caught the bottom again. Great job, right? So let's just get all this stuff off the chart. Let's tell you what's actionable. Ultimately, dude, if you lose $90.35, you're coming all the way down to $88.50. That's what it is, right? Your real support is going to be right here at 91. But like I said, as soon as you lose 90.35, it's pretty much over with for this thing until you hit the high 80s, okay? So you would really like to uphold this right here so that you can start shifting those trends up. You want to uphold this, get through all of these resistances. Is that likely to happen? I don't think so. I think you're probably coming down here to 91, where you have a ridiculous amount of support, naked VWAPs, everything here. Look at all these naked levels, dude. You have you have 3, 4 naked dailies, 5 naked dailies, naked monthlies here, naked weeklies here. Just an absolutely incredible amount of support here. Like I said, you uphold $90.35, like, you're probably good. And honestly, you're probably going to be at like more like $90.65 that you're going to uphold. No big deal, right? And then you've got these 3 here, but is that going to keep price up? Probably not. Pricing you down to about $88.42. Is this thing at all-time highs or something, bro? You want my all-time high analysis? I already know what you want, bro. You want my proprietary deviation zones. Let's do it. Okay, so where are we going from here? Well, this is where my deviation zones come in. We go from the high. Actually, let's look at the old high to the old low, and let's see if it predicted it. Would you look at that? Just look at it. Would you look at that? Just look at it. I'm going to zoom in. You're going to look at it. Okay, look at it. You want to know how badass my deviation zones are? We're going to zoom in. You're going to look at it. I'm going to show you how badass my friggin' deviation zones are. From the old high right here to the low, right? Bang. Rejection, right? Now what you can do is you can draw it from the new low to the new high. If you're going to come down anywhere, you're probably going to bounce from here, and then you're coming up to about 94 bucks. Past that, you're coming up to about 90, what is it, 94.50. These are your next two resistances, okay? If that's helpful to you, great. If it's not, I don't know what to tell you, but this thing literally predicts it every single time. Every single time. Would you just look at it? Would you just look at it? Just look at it. Boom, boom, right? It's bouncing from the 0.5 right now. If you're going to go anywhere, it's going to be about 93.50, 93.50 to 93.80, 93.90 right here. But you got to get through this one first. You got to get through the all-time highs. Now, if you lose this level, you're probably coming down here straight into these order blocks. You want to see how good my deviation zones line up with the order block? Just look at it. Deviation zone 1 inside of that order block, right? Deviation zone 2. It's basically telling you can't go below $90.35. Can I get people's opinion really quick? Like, because not a lot of people like comment on stuff because they just kind of let me cook. And I mean, I appreciate you letting me cook in the markets really quick, like, and showing you all of your assets that you want me to like do stuff on. Does anyone else do this? Like, is anyone else, do they have tools that are like, literally, seriously, I'm not looking for you to like pat my butt or fluff my you know what, right? I want your honest opinion. Does anybody else have shit that's this accurate? Like on a consistent basis, are they this accurate? Can they show you where the all-time high is going to reject the next all-time high? Like 80% of the time? Does anybody else do that? Asking for a friend. Where's my phone? Asking for a friend, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Wait, it says I have some type of, hold on one second, guys. I've got a thingy. Okay, no, I don't have anything. Okay, cool. I was just making sure I'm not conflicting with my own schedule. Let me know in the comment section if there's any other YouTubers out here that are like this comparable, especially on free YouTube videos. Does anybody do this? I feel like they don't. Monero. Monero on Binance. Let's do it. Wow. 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 Tags into the order block. Yes, sir. Tags into the order block. Yes, sir. Tags into the order block. Yes, sir. Yes, it does. Every single time. Tags into the order block. Catches the bottom of it. Of course it did. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it? Why would it not? Why would it not? Okay. Let's talk about Monero. As you can see, this thing absolutely prints. Tagged into the order block. Tagged into the order block. Tagged into the order block. Boom. Okay. So where are we at? Ultimately, dude, you just got to stay up above here. 412. Okay. Call it 411.25 almost exactly. Right. That's it. That's all it comes down to. Because ultimately, if you lose that, you're going to lose this. You're going to lose this. You're probably coming down to about 370. Okay. You're probably going to lose big. This is the only place you might catch a bounce. This is the only place. 402. So you lose 412 and then you lose 402, you're coming to 370. That's just what it is on Monero. Now, is Monero, there's no way it's at all-time highs. Yeah, there's just no way. I figured. Let's go to the 2-hour chart, see if we can zoom out that far. We indeed cannot. Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Okay, cool. Let me show you where the next resistance is. Oh, my God. Good Lord. I mean, this thing's ready to break out, dude. In my opinion, if you go up above $500, you're going to about $600. You're going to stop at 550, right? Like, clearly, you're going to stop at 550. Look at the volume on these naked levels right here. 2.7 million, 650,000. You got 3.3 million in volume right here in terms of like how many Monero traded there. But ultimately, I mean, you're looking at 6 to 610 on Monero, dude. That's pretty insane, dude. Which RSI are you using? Just the regular RSI. Just the regular RSI. Greg, also, I got your email, dude. I replied back to you, man. I hope you stay. I hope you actually take the trainings that I showed you. RSI right here. Relative Strength Index. That's it. Okay. Now, obviously, my settings are different because I turn it pink and yellow because I like to see it much more bright. But yeah, that's it. Dash Crypto. Of course it was Dash Crypto. Well, you got DoorDash too, buddy. You got DoorDash too. We're going to do Dash Crypto now. I knew you were asking for Dash Crypto, man. All right. I mean, this is actionable. This is actionable. You uphold 3860, you're coming up to about 42 ish, 42 to 4350. That's where you're coming. Watch this naked VWAP, 4117. Okay, it's got a lot of volume on it here, right? But so long as you uphold this, you're looking extremely good. Ultimately, to stay in the uptrends, you just got to stay up above 34 bucks. Now, if you lose this level, you're probably going to lose this one too. You're probably heading down to about $35 to $34 before you catch a real bounce. But, you know, I would want to stay up above here and just keep pushing up until you get to about $43. Okay, that one's pretty easy. Monad USDT. Monad USD. Is that on crypto? Is that a crypto? Monad USDT. Yeah, it is. Okay. We're just going to do it on Coinbase. Dude, don't tell me this is at all-time highs too. It's not. Okay. Okay, cool. Dude, look how well this works. Seriously, man. Like, seriously. Look at it just catching the bottom here, bouncing, right? Okay. So your next real level of resistance is going to be through three. Dude, I hate assets like this. I fucking hate assets like this that are pennies. 342 to 360. Okay. Now, dude, look at this. Literally every single time, dude, every single time these things call the tops, every single freaking time, dude, I'm telling you, man, you get those divergences, it's on and popping. Okay. This one was not a divergence. Okay. You still got the pullback, but it, you know, whatever. Anyways, check this out. Bounced. Dude, these things are insane. Okay. Proud dad moment. Obviously, I created the indicators. So I always like to see them doing well. This one, perfect, man. You got the triangle inside of the box. It's literally what we teach right here. Triangle inside of the box. Or no, it's this one right here. Triangles inside of the box. Insane. Okay. Now, this one did not come with an opposing divergence. I'll be honest with you. Right? But you don't require that when it's inside of the box. Now, if it's by itself, you have to have the divergence. Okay? You have to have the divergence. But if it's inside of the box, you still take the trade. And then you see kind of how that played out. You got to stay up above 266. And honestly, you got to get up above 304. You get up above 304, this is where you're heading. Okay? What else we got? Monad did it. Can you check out Wing? I assume that's Wingstop. I think this is the last one too. Okay. Dude, I already told you about Wingstop. I'm feeling for lemon pepper. I'm thinking Wingstop. Rick Ross. The boss. Wingstop's wrecked, bro. Wingstop is absolutely friggin' wrecked, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take everything off of here besides order blocks, and I'm going to show you what's going on. Okay, you're at support right now. Support is at, you have to zoom so far out. This is what's kind of crazy about Wingstop. You have to zoom so far out so that you can see these levels, but ultimately, you're at support right now, 107.25. If you lose that, you're probably coming to about $98, dude. You lose $98, you're coming down into the high 80s to mid 80s, okay? It's getting real nasty on Wingstop. I'm going to be real with you. Yeah, look at that. You've got massive support from 107 to 99. You lose that, dude, you're about to come down real far, real friggin' far. But if you catch a bounce here, ultimately, you're probably going to work your way up here to about 116, 117. And then you've got massive resistance from 120 up to about 126. Once you clear 131, you're heading to the 150s, my friend. Yeah, I know you got in late, dude. It's all good, bro. I'm just giving you shit. Just giving you shit. Hazard says I'm crazy. Warren Fernandez says Drew has legendary status. What are you using as a scanner to pick your trades? Daily Movers, FinViz. I have no idea what that question even means, bro. I have no idea what that question even means. I just look at gold, silver, the S&P, Bitcoin, NASDAQ every single day, and that's how I pick out my trades. You don't need many more markets than that, bro. Like, you really don't. You're going to get a trade almost every single day in one of those markets, a really good trade. And if not, go to Ethereum. Go to a friggin' stock that you like. Go to the semiconductor, you know, whatever. Asking to learn, how is this style of trading different from 15-minute prediction markets? I don't really know what the question is. I don't understand the question. I do not understand the question. Maybe elaborate on that question, rephrase it so that I can understand what you're talking about. Essentially what this does is we track the 95% of the market that moves the market, that makes the market what it is. And that's the institutions. We only push about 5% of the volume daily inside of the markets. The other 95% comes from institutions. What Alpha Intelligence does is it shows you exactly where those institutions for sure positioned. Okay. Like, this is where they guaranteed bought and sold in the past. It's not live order tape where they can spoof the order books and put orders on and then take them off real quick and stuff. This is locked in support and resistance that does not move. This is where they've actually committed to and done business buying and selling in the past. I don't know what 15-minute prediction markets are. Anybody that's saying prediction it's all about probabilities, man. It's all about probabilities. You can try and predict things, but it's all about probabilities, and you got to let those probabilities play out in your favor over time. From a mathematical perspective, I've figured out where the statistically significant probabilities are that weight the probability onto my side, where I'm more likely to win than I am to lose. And luckily for everybody, I literally train you on that the second that you come in to the indicators. You can try them for $7 and you will get all of my strategies. There's going to be 3 more in here over the next couple of days. And then you're going to get trained on every single indicator, literally the second that you come in. I'm not just going to throw you out to the wolves. I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay. I've already built that. It took me 6 months to build this company and these indicators because I wanted to make sure that people were able to come in and make them actionable and be profitable from day one. Now, obviously, the profitability, that's on you, dude. I'm showing you what works with these. You have to implement it, okay? No one can push the button for you. No one can take action for you, nor will they, okay? But these things are going to give you clear entry, exit, stop loss, and take profit criteria. It's going to remove the emotions from your trading. It's going to make trading easier. It's going to make you be able to watch more assets. And it's going to give you like peace of mind that like, if my trade is wrong, that's fine, because I know I've got this other trade that I can take after that, right? It's going to lay out the levels for you perfectly. So yeah, much love, man. Friday, Pi Day tomorrow. Also, There is a special Zoom class tomorrow. It's called My Office Hours. It's in my description. It's called Drew Wolfer Office Hours. It is a paid class, but if you want to know my methodology, bro, it's a 2-hour-long masterclass. We record it. So if you actually don't want to watch it live and ask questions, you can watch it for the next 30 days as many times as you want and soak in a lot of the knowledge that I have basically developed and soaked in myself over the past 10 years in trading. And anyways, it's called My Office Hours. You can check it out. Use the code FridayPieDay to get 10% off of your first class. And if you want to subscribe, you automatically get 20% off of the pricing if you subscribe monthly. What can I do with calculation errors with order block and structure indicators? I still even get errors on single alerts. Honestly, dude, stop zooming out so far. There's okay, so this is, again, you got to remember how intentional I am with these, right? Watch this. Here's your question. What can I do with calculation errors with order block and structure indicators? Double click and go to settings. Look at this. Troubleshooting. It literally has all of the answers right here, dude. It's all right there for you. Like, I didn't leave anything to chance. I didn't leave anything. You gotta like, dude, you're driving a Ferrari, bro. You're driving a Ferrari. This isn't a fucking moving average indicator, right? You're driving a friggin' Ferrari now, man. You're flying a private jet by yourself. You are flying a helicopter, right? Are you just gonna come into the helicopter and know all the settings? No, you gotta read it. So you gotta check it out, man. Ultimately, what you need to do is probably just what chart are you on, bro? Like, what chart are you on? You can't just say like, hey, I'm getting this error. Like, that's not how software works. Like, I can't recreate your error. Did you see me get those errors anytime on my stream? No. You're probably on the friggin' daily, weekly, monthly charts on some obscure asset or something. So what chart are you on? What time frame are you on? And I'll see if I can recreate the error, and I'll tell you exactly what you're doing wrong. Tell me what the time frame in the chart is. Let's do it. Just type it in the chat. Let's do it live. What time frame? What chart, Michael? Just tell me the time frame in the chart, bro. Tell me the time frame in the chart. Because look, dude, I'll go up to the daily chart on this, and I'm not going to get any errors. This doesn't tell me anything, bro. Charts on BitUnix. Yeah, you're on BitUnix, bro. Like, that's... bro. BTC BitUnix. Where is that even at? BTC USDT. Bro, use a real chart. Like, go to Binance, go to Bybit, go to KuCoin, MEXC, Coinbase, BitGet, and do your charting there, and then execute on BitUnix, bro. Like, I don't even see BitUnix here. Okay, here we go. Okay, BTC 15-minute chart. Dude, this chart, yeah, I mean, this is gonna be fine, bro. Like, this is a 15-minute chart. Look at it, bro. I don't know how you're getting errors. What are you doing? Get help. Yeah. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it works perfectly fine for me. I'm on the BitUnix chart, BTC, 15-minute. Let's go to the 1-minute. I do not use these on the 1-minute chart, bro. Do not use these on the 1-minute chart. I've explained this a million times, just so that you understand why I don't use these on the 1-minute chart. Like, look, it's working perfectly fine. Here's your order blocks. Here's your whatever. Watch what happens. 2, 1, new candle happens. Watch. All of the indicators are going to go down. Why? Here's why. Bro, if it's in the alerts, I can't do anything about that. That's trading view, bro. That's a trading view execution thing. That has nothing to do with me. All I can do is give you the ability to set the alerts. If trading view fucking turns your alerts off because they're firing too much, I can't do anything about that, bro. Like there's nothing I can do. I wish I could. I don't own TradingView, unfortunately, right? But here's my point. This is what everybody needs to understand about these indicators and what they need to understand about all the other indicators they've ever used in the history of existence. These indicators are actually real. These indicators actually work. These indicators actually do mathematical calculations and deliver you that mathematical calculation in data on your chart. Bang. All the other indicators don't do that. So what do I mean by that? I mean, every time a new candle prints, we just printed a new candle. You got to give it time to load, because as soon as that new data comes in, guess what it's doing? It's checking to see if the market structure highs or lows broke on that chart. It's checking to see if there's any new order blocks that printed on that last candle. It's checking to see if there are any new naked VWAP, naked POC, or volume profile levels, highs and lows, things of that sort. And it does all of this in literally 5 seconds. So my point is I don't use this on the 1 minute charts as much, because every 50 seconds, your indicators are going to recalculate again, and then they're going to pop down and pop back up. And that's because they're real. It's not because they have a problem. It's because they're actually computing mathematical data in the background. Like, you should be cheering these things on when it does that. That's just a nuance. Not that anybody asked about it, but that's a nuance that I don't think a lot of people understand. Look, it just did it again. It just did it again in the time that I was talking, right? Why? Because we reset a new candle and now it all pops back up. So that's kind of my point. Like, these are real indicators, man, with real mathematical calculations. And yeah, man, go try them for $7. I'm not going to waste everybody's time. We're already like 15 minutes over. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for showing up. I will see you tomorrow, Friday Pi Day. If you want to get in on the office hours call, yeah, let's do it. See you all soon.